First of all, I want to wish you guys a happy new year. I hope your New Year's was great. I hope your 2022 has been wonderful so far. I am really looking forward to this new year. I feel like it's going to be a good one, and I don't say that every New Year's. So this one feels a little special. I'm very excited. I'm manifesting all good things, all good things. And second of all, we're starting the year off a little rocky, which when you start from the bottom, all you can do is make your way up. Am I right? So I am already aware that in the winter time, my plants get neglected and they look really awful right now. As you can see, my cabinet is a mess back there. So I thought, you know what, let's just talk through what's going on with my plants. I'm gonna show you how they're doing right now, which, like I mentioned, it's not good. So they're only gonna look better for the rest of the year than they look right now. Hopefully at the end of this year, we can revisit this video and reflect upon how far we've come from here. Hopefully we're gonna go far. So I was thinking, instead of making this a long video, I'm just gonna keep it snappy. Well, I don't know how snappy it's gonna be. This intro is already getting pretty long. But we're gonna go through this cabinet first, and then in the next video, we're gonna go through my other shelf, which is also a huge mess. We're gonna talk about what's going on with my plants because they are struggling. Okay, here we go. Okay, so first of all, this is what we're working with right now. Very messy, very not looking good. Lots of yellow leaves, as you can see. Well, the bottom is already done, pretty much. So I guess we'll talk about this. I feel like the bottom looks okay. This is my Alocasia Frydek, which you can see, like, a lot of these leaves have yellowing on them. Some of them have some brown spots, which are burns. Okay, so the yellowing is from not watering them often enough. And then the burns are from leaving them out in the sun for them to get burned. And then this one, I just propagated the top, so it's growing its new leaves in, so they look a little wonky, but yeah, this is okay. And this one's also okay. So at least those are okay. Oh, by the way, look at this new leaf coming in. That is one good thing I have to look forward to. Okay, so Alocasia Frydeks, you know how it is in the winter time, losing their leaves and such. I just recently cut off 2 of those leaves. And I need to rip off the rest of them whenever it dries, so I'm just leaving it for now. It got spider mites and I didn't water often enough. So for all of these plants, especially the ones that look horrible, for example, my little Gloriosum looks so bad, but it's alive and that's all that matters. The trials and tribulations. So what happened is it was rainy week in Los Angeles, and I had the great idea of cleaning out all my shelves before the new year. So I took out all my plants and I put them in the center of my room, which I realized gives me horrible anxiety, and instead of powering through it, I kind of just stop. And I have plants all over and it stresses me out too much where I can't continue cleaning and everything. But then I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna rain. So I took all my plants outside. It was really cold. It was like I think it was like around 40 degrees. So it was really cold. Not only was it really cold, but it was raining so freaking hard, non-stop, okay? And I didn't realize how much rain we were gonna get or that we were getting. I don't know, it usually doesn't rain that much. Usually when it rains here, it'll like drizzle a little bit for one day, and then the next day it'll be sunny again, and then maybe it'll rain in the nighttime, but in the daytime it will be sunny and fine. So all of my plants pretty much got overwatered. And you know how I was telling you about the sunny thing? So the sun would come out, and I'm used to the shade being at a certain spot at a certain time. So usually the sun's positioning, not in the winter time, is around, I have until like 10 a.m. to move my plants, and then there's gonna be sun in that spot. But when I went outside, or like was going outside at 10 a.m. to move my plants, it was shady already. And in my head, I was like, oh, I don't think this is gonna get sunny anymore in the wintertime. But it turns out that it got sunny earlier in the day. So before 10 a.m., there was full sun hitting the plants. And as you can see, there's not like burns on every plant. And that's because the sun was morning sun, so it wasn't super strong. But some of the plants did have neem oil treatment, which would make the leaves sensitized to sunlight. But I don't know, maybe the neem oil treatment was washed away by the rain. I'm not quite sure. Or maybe there was like still water droplets on the leaves, and that caused the sun's rays to be magnified, and that's what burned the plants. I don't know, but some plants got burned, plants got overwatered. It's a whole freaking mess. Like, it's a mess. Anyways, now that you know how we got here, I can keep on showing you what my plants are looking like. So yeah, that's pretty much this bottom row looking okay. I'm gonna pop this up soon. I'm finally like understand LECA now, which is really good. So that's a bonus to come from all of this. This one, so since there was overwatering, all the plants were like weeping. So this one's a little bit burned, but too much sun, too much water, and yeah, so that's why there's kind of like yellowing also, is because there was too much water. And over here, I already showed you my Gloriosum, which is, in my opinion, the greatest travesty from all of these plants. So they're kind of like spotted like this because they were overwatered. So you can see the leaves are kind of clear. Definitely overwatered. I haven't cut the leaves off. There's a new leaf unfurling, which is good. But yeah, all these leaves are bad, and there's even a new leaf coming out. So I'm not worried about it. It's just like, I wish this leaf was okay because it was the biggest one. The other ones I'm not too worried about. I was planning on losing them anyways. Kind of like my Albo's first biggest leaf, and now it has these leaves, so I got rid of the oldest leaf. My poor little Treubii, this, if you remember this plant, this used to be a huge freaking plant, and now what happened to all these plants is what I did to my Treubii in the past for it to be this small now, and I did it again to this poor little plant. So it really hit the smallest leaves the hardest. You can see the little burn marks. This upper one is pretty much okay, so that's good. Oh my gosh, my Melanochrysum. So you can see this little patch right here. Well, this one is still a bubble. Okay, so this poor plant got so much water that it literally got water blisters. Like, these used to be bubbles with water in them. That's crazy. I've never seen that before. But this one still has a little bit of water in it. It's a bubble, if you can see. This leaf had bubbles in it. You can see the little scars it left behind, and there's still like water peeking out. My Verrucosum wasn't outside. It's fine. It's just ugly on its own like that. Look at my poor jewel orchid. Both of my jewel orchids, and this one too. Ugh. And putting them outside also gave me a lot of clovers, even more than before. So there's that. This one, this is This is a philodendron micans. It didn't go outside, so it's still extremely healthy and beautiful looking. My Dune Edule, I don't know how to say it, is still looking fine, so that's good. And this is looking okay. This yellowing has been going on for a long time, so I'm not worried about it. So this is looking fine. I'm gonna have to put them back into the shelf, somehow fit them all. But yeah, that's what we got here. I want all my shelves to more or less look like this one. As you can see, it's not super filled up to the brim. Like, I can see exactly what's going on in here. And I'm really happy about it. I think it looks so beautiful, especially when the Friedic is not yellowing like how it is. And then up here, this one didn't go outside either. I recently just like rewrapped it so that it can grow up some more because it completely filled the entire thing earlier. My little orchid is looking amazing. I put it outside for one day. I don't think it's mature enough to bloom, but it looks amazing. I love it so much. And this is a new plant that I recently got. One leaf just recently fell off, but it's growing. This is the newest leaf. It looks kind of bleached. I'm not sure why, but as you can see, all my other plants aren't really doing well, so I'm not blaming the plant. Someone told me, because I've been calling it, I've heard it been called a Colocasia Hilo Beauty, an Alocasia Hilo Beauty, and someone said, like, it's a caladium, and I feel like it might be a caladium. Like, it reminds me the most of a caladium. And just because I feel that way doesn't mean it's true, but that's how I feel. And of course, my Hoya-esque plants. This Dischidia is thriving. This Hoya is actually not thriving, but it's surviving, and that's all I could ask for from it. I didn't put them outside. This one I put outside, but it has a new leaf coming in, so I'm not extremely worried about it. And then this didn't go outside, my little peperomia. It's growing amazingly. I love it. Up here, this is awful, 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 awful. Okay, so this is my Scindapsus pictus. I don't remember what it's called. Jade? Maybe Jade? It's the dark one. It's been kind of yellowing for a while, and I don't know why, but there's a freaking, like, alocasia growing out of it. I have no idea where it came from, but I've just been letting it grow. I think I need to remove it though. It used to have a whole stem here with leaves growing on it and everything. And all the leaves yellowed and fell off, and this stem looks awful. These leaves don't really look too good. I propagated it though, so I know I'm gonna have a healthy one no matter what. I can show it to you. Here's the propagation. You can see there's a new leaf unfurling in there, and it looks pretty good. Sticky a little bit. So I'm not worried about losing this plant. I just want to bring it back to health. And I need to remove this alocasia thing. I don't know what's going on. This looks awful as well. This is my other jewel orchid, which needs major rehab. I'm probably gonna have to put it in like a humidity container. I'm gonna put that actually when I'm done filming this video. These plants are okay. I actually moved this into my cabinet. It used to not live in my cabinet, and it has grown so much. So this orchid loves it in here. I have my little succulent-esque plants. These guys are doing okay. I think they need to go into winter dormancy. I don't really want to induce that, so maybe they won't go into dormancy because of me. But the Syngonium's doing great. This is another one of my new orchids. It lives in here as well. It's pretty happy, and this needs water. So yeah, that's the story on this cabinet, which I need to continue organizing. And you can tell I leave my plants in the rain when they have all of these freaking like crumbs that splash back up onto the pot. Most of them I wiped down, but I guess I didn't do this one. So that's just a small portion of my plants, how they're doing. Oh, you probably can see this one has a little bit of yellowing. I expected this, like I said, in the winter time to happen, but it's always really shocking how badly my plants are affected by it. I literally could have brought them in sooner. I could have been more aware of where the sun was gonna hit, but now I have this to deal with. And the thing about like your plants being damaged is that it takes so long for them to recover. It takes literally like 2 days to damage them so much like how they are right now, and then it takes like 3 or 4, like it could be until next year until they look good again. So it's like literally one moment of carelessness and you're gonna have to try and fix it. But honestly, one of my favorite things of taking care of plants is rehabilitating the plants that I cause damage to. Sometimes it'll be plants that other people cause damage to, like clearance plants, or plants that people give me because they just don't want to take care of them. So I really do enjoy this aspect of taking care of plants, but when you're not like in the mood to take care of them, they just decline. Not quickly. You can always catch them. Usually I catch them at the last moment so that they're not damaged beyond repair. Like some of these are pretty damaged. It's gonna take a while to fix some of them, but others, they're like fine. So yeah, I'm optimistic about it. They're all gonna do great. They're gonna recover. No matter how long it takes, they're gonna recover. I guess one of my goals this year is to rehabilitate these plants, to not lose them, especially the jewel orchid that doesn't have any leaves on it. You know, all the jewel orchids need help right now. Yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys taking your time to watch this, especially since this is just a rambly video. Like I said, I hope you guys had a fantastic new year, that your new year is going really well so far, and I'm hoping that the rest of the year is going to be super amazing as well. All right, see you in the next video. Bye.